Hello, I'm Willie from the Ozarks, and we're ready for our March 29th lesson in A Course in Miracles workbook for students, Lesson 88. Today we will review Lessons 75 and 76. 75 being The Light Has Come, 76, I Am Under No Laws But God's. The light has come. This will be what you'll study in the morning. The light has come. In choosing salvation rather than attack, I merely choose to recognize what is already here. In choosing salvation rather than attack, there's your two choices. I merely choose to recognize what is already here. Salvation is a decision made already. Attack and grievances are not there to choose. That is why I always choose between truth and illusion, between what is there and what is not. The light has come. I can but choose the light, for it has no alternative. It has replaced the darkness, and the dark is gone. These would prove useful forms for specific application of this idea. So if you feel yourself wanting to use attack or hold a grievance, which are really the same thing, this cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. Say that to yourself. This cannot show me darkness, for the light has come. Or the light in you is all that I would see, friend. And name that friend. The light in you is all that I would see, friend. I would see in this only what is there. Okay, so there's what you'll do in the morning. The light has come. Be sure to take your 15-minute extended period, and then throughout the day, say it to yourself often, many times during the day. The light has come. And then in the afternoon, shift over to I am under no laws but God's, and do the same thing. Be sure to have your longer practice period sometime in the afternoon. I usually have mine, in the evening, a little bit before I go to Actually, I don't do it right before I go to sleep, though you can. That's a good time for a lot of people. That's up to you. You get to choose what time, but do one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And then be sure to tell yourself often in the afternoon, I am under no laws but God's. Here is the perfect statement of my freedom. I am under no laws but God's. I'm constantly tempted to make up other laws and give them power over me. I suffer only because of my belief in them. They have no real effect on me at all. I am perfectly free of the effects of all laws save God. I am perfectly free of the effects of all laws save God's. And His are the laws of freedom. And then specific forms in applying this idea. I'm under no laws but God's. Well, here's some useful forms. My perception of this shows me I believe in laws which do not exist. My perception of this shows me that I believe in laws that do not exist. Or I see only the laws of God at work in this. Make a commitment to see just the laws of God, the laws of love, the laws of peace. Let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. Let me allow God's laws to work in this and not my own. So, the light has come, and I am under no laws but God's. All right, let us go take a look now at our text reading, and we're ready to start in chapter 15, The Purpose of Time, section, where are we? Yeah, section 10, The Time of Christ. And while you're turning there, as you can see, I've got a cage back here. I think you can see, yeah. And I've baited it. I planted this. I had some broccoli and cauliflower out here, and the cauliflower got pulled out of the ground last night, or the night before, actually. And I wanted to plant some more stuff on this bed, but I don't dare to until I get this critter that's thinking that I'm feeding it out of here. It's a groundhog. We've seen it. He's living underneath the barn over here, a little storage barn. And he comes out here at night and helps himself every time I plant. He was here last fall, and I thought it was a possum, and I got him, and I got a raccoon. Now I'm getting a groundhog. So as soon as I can get him, I'll plant some of these red romaines, which I just bought at the local garden supply. But I wanted to tell you about a red romaine in particular from the Seed Saver Exchange. And I don't know for sure that these are actually the same red romaine that they're listed here. If you wanted to be sure, you wouldn't want to. You'd want to be sure that these were just said red romaine. They didn't say anything about. They're, according to Seed Savers Exchange, red romaine is a cultivar, and I would feel more confident that I was getting a strain that had a lineage and an heirloom quality to it if I bought it from a respectable dealer like Seed Savers Exchange or Baker Creek. But if you buy it from it may be, it is a red romaine, I'm sure of that, but exactly where did it come from? I like the fact that they tell you in here. Let me read you a little bit about the red romaine. Its outer leaves can be tough. These are romaines in general. The outer leaves can be tough, while the inner ones are more tender with a memorable crunch and sweetness. The sturdy romaine lettuce has far more uses than just the traditional Caesar salad. It will hold its own cooked on the grill, mixed with apples, pears, and nuts in salads, tossed with vinaigrette, or used in layered salads refrigerated overnight. Okay, and then it says of the red romaine that they're selling. The largest romaine offered by Seed Savers Exchange, this gourmet variety produces plants that are 12 inches tall and 10 to 12 inches wide. With red undertones, which develop best in cooler weather, the leaves make a colorful and tasty addition to salads. Bred by Desert Seed Company. Romaine is 70-day lettuce. So there's the Seed Saver Exchange variety. And maybe I've got something here that's the same, whether it's going to be 12 inches tall, and that particular lineage. Don't know for sure when you get it at a place that they don't tell you much about it. Okay, hopefully I'll let you know if I catch this groundhog. I'm thinking that baiting it with melon is what I've baited it with. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I ought to bait it with the plants that he's liking to eat. And I may just do that. But we'll try the melons first. The time of Christ. It is in your power in time to delay the perfect union of the Father and the Son. It is in your power in time, just in time, to delay the perfect union of the Father and the Son. For in this world, the attraction of guilt does stand between them. Neither time nor season means anything in eternity. Neither time nor season mean anything in eternity. But here it is the Holy Spirit's function to use them both, though not as the ego uses them. This is the season when you would celebrate my birth into the world. I expect that has reference again to the time of year that Helen received this was probably around the Christmas season. Yet you know not how to do it. This is the season when you would celebrate my birth into the world. Yet you know not how to do it. Let the Holy Spirit teach you, and let me celebrate your birth through him. The only gift I can accept of you is the gift I gave to you. Release me as I will release me as I will your release. The time of Christ we celebrate together, for it has no meaning if we are apart. Paragraph 93. The holy instant is truly the time of Christ, for in this liberating instant no guilt is laid upon the Son of God, and his unlimited power is thus restored to him. What other gift can you offer me, when only this I will to offer you? What other gift can you offer me, when only this I will to offer you? Let's read that again. The holy instant is truly the time of Christ. the holy instant where we have perfect communication, where we're at peace, where time and bodies don't exist. Any instant that you want it to be can be the holy instant, because underneath it all, that's the only thing that's real. So align with it. The holy instant is truly the time of Christ. For in this liberating instant, no guilt is laid upon the Son of God, and his unlimited power is thus restored to him. So it's a guiltless time, and a time of seeing only innocence, seeing the real world. What other gift can you offer me, when only this I will to offer you? And to see me is to see me in everyone, and offer everyone the gift you offer me. Wow, to see Christ is to see Jesus, the way I see it. See him in everyone. And that's Christmas. That's what we want to do as how's he say it? The holy instant is truly the time of Christ. And to see me is to see me in everyone, and offer everyone the gift you offer me. I am as incapable of receiving sacrifice as God is, and every sacrifice you ask of yourself, you ask of me. Learn how that sacrifice of any kind is. Learn now that sacrifice of any kind is nothing but a limitation imposed on giving. And by this limitation, you have limited acceptance of the gift I offer you. We who are one cannot give separately. When you are willing to accept our relationship as real, guilt will hold no attraction for you. For in our union, you will accept all of our brothers. The gift of union is the only gift that I was born to give. Give it to me that you may have it. The time of Christ is the time appointed for the gift of freedom, offered to everyone. And by your acceptance of it, you have offered it to everyone. It is in your power to make this season holy, for it is in your power to make the time of Christ be now. 95. It is possible to do this all at once, because there is but one shift in perception that is necessary, for you made but one mistake. And by now you probably know what that one mistake is, don't you? You believed in that you could be separated from God, that there could be more than one will of God. It seems like many mistakes, but it is all the same. For though the ego takes many forms, it is always the same idea. What is not love is always fear and nothing else. It is not necessary to follow fear through all of the circuitous routes by which it burrows underground and hides in darkness to emerge in forms quite different from what it is. Yet it is necessary to examine each one as long as you would retain the principle which governs all of them. When you are willing to regard them not as separate, but as different manifestations of the same idea, and one you do not want, they go together. All your problems go all rolled up together because they're all based on the idea that there can be a conflicting will other than God's, and that will is something that you have the power to create and make. And you do in the world of make-believe, but not in the world of reality. So we want to learn to quit putting meaning on everything and allow the Holy Spirit to give us meaning so that we can see reality and stand with the truth. There is no will but God's. The idea is simply this. You believe that it is possible to be host to the ego or hostage to God. This is the choice you think you have, and the decision which you believe that you must make. That's the idea of sacrifice, to be hostage to God. It's preposterous, but from an upside-down way of thinking, it probably seems believable. Well, I say probably. A lot of us have been in that world for a long time, and we're starting to realize that there's a better way. Okay, paragraph 96. I think we'll stop on this paragraph today. You see no other alternatives. Should we back up just a little bit? The idea is simply this. You believe that it is possible to be host to the ego or hostage to God. This is the choice you think you have, and the decision which you believe that you must make. 96. You see no other alternatives, for you cannot accept the fact that sacrifice gets nothing. You see no other alternatives, for you cannot accept the fact that sacrifice gets nothing. Sacrifice is so essential to your thought system that salvation apart from sacrifice means nothing to you. Your confusion of sacrifice and love is so profound that you cannot conceive of love without sacrifice. And it is this you must look upon. Sacrifice is attack, not love. Sacrifice is attack, not love. And it is this that you must look upon. Sacrifice is attack, not love. If you would accept but this one idea, your fear of love would vanish. Guilt cannot last when the idea of sacrifice has been removed. For if there is sacrifice, as you are convinced, someone must pay and someone must get. And the only question which remains to be decided is how much is the price for getting what? Okay, well, we want to learn that the advanced teachers of God, regardless of where they've learned their lessons, whether it's from A Course in Miracles or sitting in a cave in the silence, or from some kind of a transcendental experience that was thrust upon them by a number of different ways, regardless of how they came to the knowledge, the one thing that they always realize is that sacrifice is nothing. It's not needful. Okay? The only question which remains to be decided is how much is the price for getting what? Well, let's just realize that we don't want sacrifice and don't need it. We stand with God with the one will, and that is, the light has come. I am under no laws but God's. You know, kind of a little review from yesterday. I will there be light. There is no will but God's. And before that, holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation. All these ideas, they're kind of leading us to a new way of seeing the world. And this idea is that we live in a world where sacrifice is not needed. We don't need to require anyone to do anything other than follow their own will to be happy and to be peaceful. And encourage them to do that by being a good example yourself. All right, so thank you so much for joining me out here in my garden. We'll see if we can catch this little varmint that's wanting to eat the garden. And then we'll start getting busy planting again. The light has come. I am under no laws but God's. The light has come. I am under no laws but God's.